Trump's attempts to keep a lid on the Epstein files are, I think they're bothering people because we've all seen him say things. We've seen bits of video that are deeply unsettling. And some of them you might have forgotten about. And I want to remind you. And so we're going to go back to 2015, I believe this. Oh, no, this is an escalator moment. It's not 2015. This is kind of gross. I think you'll agree.
You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
So that was him talking to a girl who was 10 years old. So technically, he's talking about dating a 20-year-old. So I guess technically, if you're a right-wing influencer or whatever, that's not creepy. But for most people, it's gross. It's really gross. Thank you to the producer. That was in 1992 that he recorded that. So he looked at a 10-year-old girl and thought, a certain number of, I could eventually date her. And I hope that there's not a single person in the audience right now that when you look at a 10-year-old girl or boy, if that's, that's the way you point, that you would think about that literally at all. That's just not a thing. In the same way that if you were asked what you have in common with your young daughter, you wouldn't immediately talk about sex on The View or whatever. Like, these are all things that normal people do not do, and yet he has been doing them for decades and decades in the public eye, on tape. God only knows what he says when the cameras aren't rolling. But anyway, I'll be dating is kind of a thing that pops up a lot for him. This is also 1992. He's described as having spotted a youth choir singing Christmas carols at the Plaza Hotel in Manhattan. He asked two girls how old they were. When they said they were 14, he, at that point 46 years old, replied, "Wow, just think, in a couple of years I'll be dating you." Now in that case, that only puts them at 16. So not great. Also, why are you looking at a 14-year-old and thinking about when they'll be accessible to you? I guess it's better than 10 if you're ranking his perversions, but it's still gross. And it comes up a lot with Donald Trump. Take a look at this.
I'm married, okay?
Right.
And I'm very happily married. I have a great wife. But if I weren't married, I'd be able to get all of the girls I want, except for possibly Robin.
Do you think you could now be banging 24-year-olds?
Oh, absolutely. I have no trouble.
Would you do it?
I have no problem.
Yeah, do you have an age limit, or would you?
No, I have no age. I mean, I have an age. I don't want to be like
upper bracket,
Congressman Foley with 12-year-olds.
Can I make a prediction for you?
Yes.
I say you have one more marriage in you.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. I'm sure Melania will love to hear it.
Okay, so leave out the fact that he's obviously chronically cheating on Melania and all of that stuff. But I guess I have an age limit. So I don't have an age limit. Wait, I'm on the radio. That sounds bad. Okay, I do have an age limit. I'm not gonna go 12, everybody. Get out of here. I'm not gonna do 12. 13 possibly. Are they a mature looking 13? And so look, like I assume, Luke, you've been on a lot of videos, right? If I were to comb through every video you've ever recorded, I wouldn't be able to find one thing half as creepy as that. And for him, it's everywhere for him. And this is why I think people just assume that he's got to be in there as well. Obviously he's trying to cover it up. That also makes it suspicious. But what do you think?
Yeah, I think about that sometimes too, because people will go, "Oh my gosh, but you dug through so far back, and oh, he didn't know he was being recorded there in the Access Hollywood tapes, and oh, that was from so many years ago." And it's just sort of, no, but as you said, we've both been on you for many more hours, but on video, talking off script for so many hours. And I look at as many hours as you want. And even a little percentage of that isn't gonna come out, because when you see one comment that's a little is one thing, there's this pattern with him. And to go back to sort of how MAGA's reacting to this, we saw, that Newsmax host Greg Kelly say, "Listen, this is looking really bizarre, but I'm gonna go ahead and trust Trump." And this is one of the reasons he cited, because Trump was friends with Epstein. So I think he had better inside perspective on the situation, which is why he's gonna trust Trump. And similarly, they have set Trump up sort of like the QAnon world. You positioned him as, to your point in a previous segment, they believed all the political figures they didn't like were in this box, and the real proof of Epstein and his powerful friends made them say, okay, what if we can make the world as simple as the people that we don't like are all a part of the same group that is going to be on some client list of Epstein's, and it'll just be a list of all Democrats and Hollywood actors that we don't like, and there won't be a mention of any figures we do like, except now they're caught up with this particular story, but we've gone back. I saw Candace Owens going, hey, I just found this clip of Trump in an interview saying, I'll declassify JFK and MLK, but then he kind of waffled on Epstein. And it's like, where were they? All of this information was there. We already have a civil trial where he's found liable for sexually abusing a woman. All that they're fine with. So I'm honestly a little bit confused as to why now, even though I'm glad, but why now they're going, oh my gosh, is he creepy? Was he friends with Epstein? This is weird. I'm confused.
I know. For the viewers, I guess, of them, they're in a bubble. I mean, why would they see those videos? Fox was never gonna play those videos, but Candace Owens never saw it. She's on the internet 22 hours a day. She doesn't have an excuse for not knowing that. Anyway, yeah, you're totally right. I mean, look, some of them maybe are waking up, and maybe some of them are starting to get it. It is still very strange, the stuff that doesn't bother them, like the jury and all that.